Welcome friends. In the previous lecture we have discussed about mass fraction and mole fraction, where we have initially defined what is mass fraction, what is mass percentage, all that, and summation of mass fraction should be equal to 1, right? And similarly we have defined mole fraction, mole percentage, and summation of mole fraction should be equal to 1, and we have done some numericals on it also, right? So essentially we have calculated the composition of a gas mixture or liquid solution if we know the mass of its constituents or moles of its constituents. So now we are going one step further. Once we know the composition, we are going to see how we can determine the average molecular weight. Average molecular weight of a gas mixture or liquid solution. The next one is average molecular weight. Average molecular weight. Average molecular weight. When a system, it can be a gaseous system or a liquid system or solid system. When a system contains more than one substance, when a system contains more than one substance, then the average molecular weight has to be taken into consideration. Average molecular weight has to be taken into consideration. It is defined as the algebraic sum of the products of, it is defined as the algebraic sum of the products of mole fraction. Let me say for ith component xi into molecular weight of the corresponding component. Okay, where x is the mole fraction of ith component, mi is the molecular weight of the ith component. Then average molecular weight average is equal to algebraic sum of the products of mole fraction and molecular weight of each component. Okay, let me say for a binary system, what is the average molecular weight? Let there be A and B. Let it be XA mole fraction. Let it be XB mole fraction of B. That molecular weight of A is A. Molecular weight of B is B. MB. Okay. So molecular weight of A is MA and molecular weight of B is MB. Then what is average molecular weight? Average molecular weight is product of XA into MA. It is algebraic sum of that, right? So XA into MA plus XB into MB for a binary system. For n number of system, it is going to be x1 m1 plus x2 m2 plus up to xn mn. So that's how we shortly write it as average molecular weight is equal to sum of I varying from 1 to n xi mi. So this formula we are going to use. So that's why I told it is essential to know the mass fraction or mole fraction to determine the average molecular weight of a gaseous mixture or a liquid solution or solid solutions, right? So this is applicable for all systems, gaseous system, liquid system and solid systems. Okay. Now we will solve some numerical on average molecular weight determination. Okay, next problem. 25 pounds of a gas has the following composition. Methane 80%, C2H4 10%, C2H6 10%. What is the average molecular weight? What is the average molecular weight of the mixture, of the gas mixture? What is the average molecular weight of the gas mixture? Composition is given: CH4 80%, C2H4 10%, C2H6 10%. Determine the average molecular weight of this mixture. Second part is what is the mass fraction? What is the mass fraction of each of the components in the mixture? Okay, so what is given? 25 pounds of gas mixture is given, and it has three constituents A, B and C with composition 80%, 10% and 10%. Remember, throughout this course, if for liquids and solids, if what percentage or fraction is not mentioned, we assume it to be mass fraction, or for liquids and solids we assume it to be mass fraction, and for gases we assume it to be mole fraction or percentage. Mass fraction or percentage, mass percentage, or mole fraction or mole percentage for gases. So that's default. So even though it is not mentioned, so we are going to take it is a gas. So how to assume it? This to be mole percentage. Okay, so mole percentage is given, mass percentage is asked. Here what is the average molecular weight is asked, right? So what is the average weight of the mixture? What is the mass fraction of each of the components in the mixture? So first write the given data. Given 25 pounds of gas mixture. Okay, so we are assuming it to be mole percentage. Okay, so first let us do it in a tabular form. There are three components, CH4, C2H4. There are three components, CH4, C2H4, C2H6. These hydrocarbons, we will know the molecular weight easily. Right? Mole fraction is given. If you write it in terms of mole fraction, it is 0.8, 0.1, 0.1. Okay. What is the molecular weight? Molecular weight of methane 12 plus 4, 16 kg per kg mole. Right? CH4 is 16, C2H4 is 24 plus 4, 28, 24 plus 6, 30. So we have 16, 28 and 30 kg per kg mole respectively, the molecular weights of CH4, C2H4 and C2H6. Okay. Now what is the most? This is Xi and this is Mi. We have seen Xi into Mi, summation of Xi into Mi, summation of Xi into Mi is equal to molecular weight, right? So the average molecular weight is Xi into Mi. So 0.8 into 16, determine the value, use the calculators, fill up these values and write what is the sum. So that will be the molecular weight, kg per kg mole. Please pause the video and do the calculation. 16 into 0.8, 28 into 0.1, 30 into 0.1. This you can write directly, 2.8, 3.0. This one is 12.8. The summation of these three, we get 18.6 kg per kg mole. So that is the answer for first part. What is the average molecular weight of the mixture? Average molecular weight is summation of the product of mole fraction and molecular weight of each constituent. So we have written the mole fractions, we have written the molecular weight of each constituent. So we have calculated Xi Mi, and summation gives us the average molecular weight of the gas mixture. Okay, next question is about so in this question the second part was what is the mass fraction or weight fraction? What is the weight fraction of composition of each components, right? what is the weight fraction of each component. What we have determined is average molecular weight. Average molecular weight is equal to 18.6 kg per kg mole. Okay, there are two approaches to solve further. We can take a basis of total mass of the gas is 1 kg, then proceed. Or in this problem it is given that mass of gas mixture is given. Mass of the gas mixture is equal to 25 pounds. What is the conversion factor? 25 pounds equal to 1 pound is 0.4536 kg. So correspondingly, do the calculation. Use your calculator. 25 into 0.4536. How much? That is almost half of 25 you should get. Right? How much we are getting? 11.34 kg of gas mixture. So this is the given data. So that is the reason. Here either we can go with 1 kg of gas mixture because the composition percentage we know and we can solve, or in this data it is given 11.34 kg. Okay. So we have obtained the mass. Mass of the gas mixture is 11.34 kg gas mixture, and we have determined the average molecular weight of this composition 18.6 kg per kg mole. So we can get this. So we can convert kg moles. So kg moles of gas mixture. Kg moles of gas mixture is equal to this mass by molecular weight average, right? So what is the mass here? Mass is 11.34 kg and molecular mass is 18.6 kg per kg mole. So kg gets cancelled. We have numerator value in kg moles. So kg moles of gas mixture is equal to mass by molecular mass 11.34 kg by 18.6 kg per kg mole. So use your calculator and obtain the value. Please report it. So what is the value? So we get 0.61 kg moles. We get 0.61 kg moles, this one. So out of this 0.6 kg moles, we have 80% of methane. That is 0.8 into 0.61 is equal to, determine the value. This is the kg moles of methane. Okay, this is the kg moles of methane. Similarly, we have 10%, right? So 10% of C2H4, which is equal to 0.1 into 0.61 equal to this much kg moles. Okay, the other one is also 10% is C2H6, which is 0.1 into 0.61, which is equal to same amount kg moles. These two will be the same value. This one you determine. Please use your calculator. Multiply and get the values. So how much you are getting? We get 0.488, 0.061, 0.061. Okay, so this we can write it in the table. Okay, so go back to our table and write these values in kg moles. So we have determined the kg moles of all the three constituents. Please write down here in the table. 0.488 kg moles. C2H4 is 10% of this 0.61 kg. That is 0.1 into 0.61. How much? 0.061 0.061. So what is the total here? What is the total? So we are finding out the what is the kg mole of three constituents A, B and C. One is 80%, remaining two are 10%. So total kg moles is from mass, from pound we converted to kg, and from kg we have converted to kg moles. We got 0.61 kg moles. So out of total 0.61 kg moles, 80% is CH4, 10% is C2H4. Okay. So we have obtained the values 0.488, 0.061, 0.061. We have written them in the table. So total is 0.61. Then how to get mass? What is the formula for getting mass from kg moles? We know that kg moles is equal to mass by molecular mass. Therefore mass is equal to kg moles multiplied by molecular mass. So that is kg mole into kg per kg mole. Kg mole gets cancelled and we get kg. Okay, for example, here kg mole is 0.488 for first constituent CH4. For first constituent CH4, number of moles is 0.488. Molecular weight is 16 kg per kg mole. So we get the mass 0.488 into 16. This is your calculator. We get 7.808 kg as the methane. Similarly, do the calculation for remaining two. Okay, so we can fill the table. 0.488 kg moles is 0.488 multiplied by molecular weight 16 of CH4. We get 7.808. 7.808. Similarly, complete the calculation for C2H4 and C2H6. Molecular weights are 28 and 30. So there will be slight change in the values because molecular weight is one is 28 and another 30. So find the mass value and report it here. Yes. How much you are getting? You will get 1.708. 1.833. So this is a mass in kilograms. Okay, so mass in kilograms. So we get total mass. What is the total mass? Make summation of these three. 7.808 plus 1.708 plus 1.833 is equal to 11.346 kg. This is the total kg. This is the total mass. So individual mass divided by total mass is mass fraction. Mass fraction is equal to mi by m total. So we got m total. Okay, this is mi. So mi divided by total mass, m total, we get mass fraction. So what is the value? 7.808 divided by 11.346. So that is your mass fraction. 0.688, 0.151, 0.161 is what we will get it. 1.708 divided by 11.346 is 0.151. 1.833 divided by 11.346 is 0.161. We round this digit so that the total will be equal to 1 because summation of mass fraction, summation of mole fraction and mass fractions will be equal to 1. Let me say xm equal to 1. Summation should be equal to 1. Even the same is for here, right? Given data 0.8, 0.11, total is 1. The summation of xi is equal to 1. So this we have to cross verify always, either in given data or the one in which we are calculating. So question is asked in mass fraction. Express the composition in mass fraction. If sometimes if it is asked to express in mass percentage, so we will be doing one more step extra. What is that? Mass percentage is mass fraction into 100 or mi by mt into 100. Mi by mt into 100 is your mass percentage. So what you will get is 68.8%, 15.1%, 16.1%, total will be 100. Okay, some total percentage should be 100. So we get mass percentage is mass fraction into 100, 0.688 multiplied by 100, 68.8, 0.151 multiplied by 100, 15.1, 0.161 multiplied by 100, 16.1. If we make a total 100, even if we are not getting 100, that means we made some mistake, but there is minor changes to be done. You can always do it in the last value or any value nearby. Okay, so this is the answer for the second part. In the second part, for the given composition in mole percentage, what is the mass fraction is the question. So this is one approach. Some amount of mass is given in the numerical, so we have done in this much. So next we have a way of doing it is, if mole fraction is given, we can take a basis of 1 kg or kg mole as basis, and we can still do the calculation from here to there directly also. So that's where we are going to see when we have to use basis, when we should not use the basis. So that I will discuss in the next problem. Okay. So this is our overall table we have obtained. So one is given data. This is also given data. This is molecular weight which we have written. So this we have calculated xi into mi. So this kg moles we have calculated again separately. Okay. So how we got it? This is what I was telling you. Either we can make a basis of 1 kg mole of this, or in this problem some kg moles of some pounds of gas mixture is given. So that's why we have directly used that pounds into, first we converted that pound into kg, then that kg into kg mole, and then with this mole fraction 80% of that mole 0.61 is the values we have obtained here. So that is the thing. This is the total kg mole. Okay. So then we using we converted to mass. So mass is equal to kg mole into molecular mass. So we have obtained the corresponding masses for all the three components. Then we found the mass fraction by mass by total. When we sum the individual masses, we get total mass. So individual mass by total mass is mass fraction we obtained for all the three components, and we cross verified that either the summation of these three is 1. Then we, in excess to what is asked in the question, we express the mass fraction in terms of mass percentage also, which we get mi by mt into 100. So multiplying by 100, we got the composition in mass percentage also. Okay, so we have mole fraction, mass fraction. So the intermediate what we have done is to make use of the average molecular weight of the gas mixture. Okay, to convert the given data in kg to kg mole and to get this mass fractions. Okay. In the previous lecture, we have seen the composition of dry air at sea level, right? So the major components are nitrogen, oxygen, nitrogen being 78 mole percent, oxygen being 20.9 mole percent, and we have seen argon, carbon dioxide, neon, helium, nitrous oxide, hydrogen, ozone, ammonia, carbon monoxide, nitrogen dioxide, sulfur dioxide being other constituents. And I told you that for our calculation purposes and for engineering calculation purpose, whatever may be the course, it may be heat transfer, mass transfer, chemical reaction engineering, fermentation, biotechnology, or in design calculation purpose, we are going to consider the composition of dry air to be pseudo air which contains whatever other than oxygen, that is nitrogen. So this assumption we are going to make, and we are going to solve the numericals. So we will find the average molecular weight of the air considering nitrogen and oxygen being the only two constituents. Okay, and it holds good for all engineering applications. If you look at the composition of dry air, at sea level or near sea level, the major components are mole percentage. Okay, the major components and mole fraction, mole percentage can be given as nitrogen 78.08, oxygen 20.9476, argon 0.934, carbon dioxide 0.035, neon 0.0018, helium 0.0005, methane 0.002, krypton 0.000114, nitrous oxide 0.40 into 5, hydrogen 0.405. So this is the typical composition of dry air at sea level. So this is the typical composition of dry air at the sea level. So if you have to determine the average molecular weight of gas or air, dry air at this temperature at sea level, so it will be very difficult for us to consider these are all negligible quantities. Okay, so that's where we use an approximation called approximate pseudo average molecular weight of air. So pseudo average molecular weight of air. Okay, so what is the assumption here made is, why it is pseudo is, we are making some assumption. So what is the assumption? Here we are having oxygen equal to 20.9. Even if for calculation purpose you can say 21 mole percent. So we are having 21 mole percentage of oxygen, right? And we have nitrogen is 78.08, and there are various minor components in small quantity present in it, right? That is in percentage. Remember, in percentage itself these values are in point, single digit, zero, double digit, double zero, triple zero, and 4 zeros are there, right? So these traces. So here we are going to make an assumption. Okay, we are making an assumption that anything other than oxygen is nitrogen. So if anything other than oxygen is nitrogen, out of 100%, total is 100%, oxygen is 21%. So what will be the nitrogen percent? 100 minus 21, correct. So we are going to have 79 mole percentage of nitrogen and 21 mole percentage of oxygen. So for all the engineering calculation purposes, okay, even in thermodynamics or in this course or in mass transfer course which we are going to study later, so we are going to consider air to contain 79 mole percentage of nitrogen and 21 mole percentage of oxygen. So this is the assumption that we are making. What is the assumption? Everything, all of the air except oxygen is nitrogen. But whereas in reality we are getting other constituents like argon, carbon dioxide, neon, helium, methane, krypton, nitrous oxide and hydrogen and etc. Okay, so there are various other components also, traces in ppm levels they are present. Okay, so this is what we are going to do. So now what we will do is, we will do a numerical to determine the average molecular weight of air. Okay, average molecular weight of air we will determine now. Okay, get ready with your calculator. Let us determine the average molecular weight of air considering nitrogen and oxygen alone. Now let us determine the average molecular weight of air. Molecular weight of air. So what is the assumption we have done? Pseudo average molecular weight. So we assume that everything other than oxygen is nitrogen. Okay, so 21 mole percentage of oxygen and 79 mole percentage of nitrogen are present. So this is the composition. For this composition, what is the average molecular weight? Okay, so how to do that? So I will write the constituents are oxygen, nitrogen. Okay, so if we consider how much kg moles, we'll write the molecular weight, we'll write the mole fraction. So kg moles and molecular weight are known. Kg moles and molecular weight are known. We can determine the mass. We can determine the mass equal to n into m. If kg moles, what is m? M is n into m. So we will get mass. Okay, we can even express the mass percentage. That's why we are doing this. So once we get the total mass, we can determine what is the mass fraction. Okay, please complete this. Constituents, say for if you determine the average molecular weight of air, so this value will not be given. We should, by this time we should be knowing it. Oxygen is 21 mole percent, nitrogen is 79 mole percent. So with that we will consider, if we consider a basis, we consider a basis of 100 kg moles. So how much is oxygen? Oxygen equal to 21 kg moles. And how much is nitrogen? 79 kg moles. So that way, if it is easier to take the basis in hundreds, multiples of 100 or 1, so that whatever percentage is given, that much is the kg mole. If you take 100 kg mole total gas mixture, here in this case it is air, so 100 kg mole of air we are considering. If you are considering 100 kg mole of air, oxygen is going to be 21 kg moles, nitrogen is 79 kg moles, because 21 percentage of 100 is 21, 79 percentage of 100 is 79. So we can write the kg moles of oxygen as 21, kg moles of nitrogen as 79. So we know the molecular weight, oxygen 32 and nitrogen we can write 28. Okay, so we can even use the with the digits also. We are just using summed up values. So the other way of determining the average molecular weight is total mass in kg divided by total moles in kg moles. We have taken a basis of 100 kg moles, that is we have 21 kg moles and 79 kg moles. So we know the molecular weight and we know the mass. We can convert kg moles to mass by multiplying kg moles with kg per kg mole, we get kg. So 21 into 32 we get 672 kg of oxygen. 79 into 28 is 2212. Okay, 28 into 79 is 2212. If you make the summation, we get 4882. So we had 2884 kg is the total mass. We have individual mass is 672, 2212. The total mass is 2884 and total kg moles is 100. So we have the formula average molecular weight is total mass in kg by total moles in kg moles. So we can write 2884 kg divided by 100 kg moles. So which will be equal to, so divided by 100 means 2 digits dot we have to keep. So 28.84 kg per kg mole. So this is the average molecular weight of air. Okay, so the molecular weight of air is 28.84. Two ways we can do. One is doing it by summation of xi into mi. Okay, so doing that one also we can do. Other way is doing is multiplying by 2 mass and get what is the mass fraction. Okay, so in extension of this problem you can determine what is the mass fraction. What is mass fraction? 672 divided by 2884. So write the what is the mass fraction. 2212 divided by 2884. Divide that one and complete this problem. What is the composition of air in mass percentage? So here we are getting 2179 mole percent. So you will be getting 23 and 77. Total should be equal to 100, right? So mass fraction will be 0.233, 0.23, 0.77 as the mole fraction, mass fraction. 672 divided by 2884 will be 0.23, 2212 by 2884 will be 0.77. So we should know this by now. So the composition of air in mole percentage is 21 mole percent and 79 mole percent, and mass percentage is 23% and 77%. So this is mass percentage. Okay, so the composition of air we come across, we encounter this in engineering applications, particularly in heat transfer, mass transfer. Air is the cooling medium, right? Our heated air is used to dry the wet products to remove the moisture content. So that way in such units we are using this air, and air is used for combustion, right? For reactions also. So air is supplied. Okay, so that way composition of air values we should know by now. 21 mole percent oxygen and 79 mole percent nitrogen, and in terms of mass it is 23 mass percentage oxygen and 77 mass percentage nitrogen. Okay, so there are two ways in which we can determine the mass, molecular mass. Okay, so that's what we have done. The average molecular weight that we have determined 28.84. So this value we have to use in our future calculations. So the average molecular weight of air is 28.84 kg per kg mole, or for some cases we can even round it off to 29 kg per kg mole. Okay, hence we have to make just to get familiarized with the average molecular weight of air. Just do this conversion. For an industrial process, 34.68 kg moles for an industrial process, 34.68 kg moles per hour air is required. For an industrial process, 34.68 kg moles per hour air is required. Determine the air requirement in kg per hour. So in kg per hour, what is the requirement? So this is just conversion factor, numerical. So we know number of moles is given 34.68 kg mole per hour, and we know the average molecular weight. Average molecular weight of air is 28.84 kg per kg mole. So how to get the mass in kg per mass flow rate? Kg per hour, right? This is m dot kg per hour. So m is kg. Since it is in rate, we put m dot. Okay, so m dot is equal to n dot into average molecular weight. So n is number of moles. When we say we express with respect to unit time, you can say n dot. Okay, so n dot is molar flow rate 34.68 kg moles per hour. Average molecular weight is 28.84 kg per kg mole. So you can convert it n into m is average molecular mass flow rate. N into average molecular weight, we get mass flow rate. So that is, what is the value? 34.68 into 28.84. So what is the unit of 34.68? It is in kg mole per hour. Kg moles per hour into this one is kg per kg mole. So kg mole gets cancelled. So we get the answer in kg per hour. So what is the value? So much kg per hour. So please use your calculator. 34.68 into 28.84. So we will be getting around 1000 kg per hour. 1000 kg per hour. So that is the answer. So what is the question? The air flow rate, air requirement in kg moles per hour was given 34.68 kg moles per hour, and we were requested to determine the air rate in terms of kg per hour. Okay, we are asked to determine the air requirement in kg per hour. So what we did, we have written the given data first. So given data, it was given molar flow rate 34.68 kg moles per hour, average molecular weight 28.84 kg per kg mole. The mass flow rate kg per hour is molar flow rate into average molecular weight 34.68 into 28.84. The units tally kg moles per hour, kg per kg mole. Kg mole gets cancelled, so we get the answer in kg per hour. And using calculator, 34.68 into 28.84 is around 1000 kg per hour. Okay. So do this simple calculation. Convert 100 kg of air into kg moles. Convert 100 kg of air into kg moles. How will you proceed? So what is given? Mass is given. Mass equal to 100 kg. Okay. What is the, we know average molecular weight? Molecular weight average of air. How much? 28.84 kg per kg mole. Okay, so we know the mass of air is 100 kg. Molecular weight of air is 28.84 kg per kg mole. So what is kg moles? Kg moles equal to 100 kg mass divided by molecular weight. 100 divided by so we have mass, we have molecular weight 28.84 kg per kg mole. Kg moles is mass divided by molecular mass. 100 kg divided by 28.84 kg. So this kg gets cancelled. So we get this much kg moles. Please make use of your calculator. How many kg moles? What is the answer? 3.47. 3.47 kg moles. So 100 kg of air is equal to 3.47 kg moles. 4 FeS2 plus 15 O2 gives 2 Fe2O3 plus 8 SO3. 8 SO3. So pyrites undergoes the reaction 4 FeS2 plus 15 O2 gives 2 Fe2O3 plus 8 SO3. Determine the air flow rate. Determine the air requirement to form 100 kg moles of Fe2O3. Determine the air requirement in kg per kgs. Okay, determine the air requirement to form 100 kg moles of oxygen. Question is, the pyrites undergoes the reaction is given and we are asked to determine the air requirement. This is only theoretical air requirement. Okay, theoretical air requirement to form 100 kg moles of Fe2O3. So we have to find the air requirement in kg. Okay, so what is the theoretical oxygen requirement for 100 kg moles? We will find, and we know the composition of air. Composition of air is 79 mole percent oxygen, 21 mole percent nitrogen. So we will find the kg moles of air required first, and then using the average molecular weight we will determine the mass of air required. Okay, so that's how you have to proceed. Please try it yourself. So it is, the reaction is given, pyrites reacts with oxygen to form Fe2O3. So if you look at here, so our point of concern here is 15 kg moles of oxygen is required. 15 kg moles of oxygen is required to form 2 kg moles of Fe2O3. Okay, 15 kg moles of oxygen is required to form 2 kg moles of Fe2O3. In this problem, it is given 100 kg moles of Fe2O3 is formed. 100 kg moles of Fe2O3 is formed. So what is the corresponding oxygen requirement? So we know that x into 2 is equal to 100 into 15. Therefore x equal to 100 into 15 by 2. So what is the answer? Please use your calculator. I repeat. So in this reaction, 15 kg moles of oxygen is required to form 2 kg moles of Fe2O3. So this is actually theoretical requirement of oxygen. Okay. So it is given 100 kg moles of Fe2O3 is to be formed. How much kg mole is required? So we have determined the x. X into 2 is equal to 100 into 15. So therefore x is equal to Therefore x is equal to 100 into 15 by 2, 7.5 into 100, 750 kg moles. So 750 kg moles of oxygen is required. So oxygen required for 100 kg moles of Fe2O3 is 750 kg moles of oxygen is required. Okay. Now we have to convert this data into how much air is required. So what is the air composition? We know that air contains 79 mole percent nitrogen, 21 mole percent oxygen. So this is the air composition, right? So that means 100 kg moles of air contains 21 kg moles of oxygen. You can say if you want 21 kg moles of oxygen, so you have to supply 100 kg moles of air, because out of 100 kg moles of air only we will get 21 moles of oxygen. So that is the composition of air. Okay. So now what we have calculated is 750 kg moles of oxygen is required. 750 kg moles of oxygen is required. 750 kg moles of oxygen is required. So how much kg moles of air we have to supply? If we have to get 750 kg moles of oxygen, let it be Y. So Y into 21 is equal to 750 into 100. Therefore Y equal to 750 into 100 divided by 21. So what is the value? This is your calculator and write the value of Y. How much kg moles of air is required? So this much, 750 into 100 divided by 21, that much kg moles of air is required. This much kg moles of air is required. Okay. 750 into 100 divided by 21. How much you got? 3571.42 kg moles of air. Okay, so we have got kg moles of air. Now only we are going to apply the average molecular weight that we have determined. Okay, the average molecular weight of air is 28.84 kg per kg moles. Molecular weight average of air. Okay, average molecular weight of air is 28.84 kg per kg mole. So this we know, and in this problem we have determined how much kg moles of air is required to form 100 kg moles of Fe2O3. Okay, so we have 35714 kg moles of air. 28.84 kg per kg mole is the molecular weight. So we can say the mass of air required, mass of the air required is equal to N into M, right? Number of moles of air required, average molecular weight of air. Okay, the number of moles of air required is 3571.42 kg moles into 28.84 kg per kg moles. So we get this kg mole getting cancelled, so we get the answer in kg. Therefore use your calculator. 3571.42 into 28.84 is this much kg we get. Okay, please use your calculator. So how much you got? So 102,99,999, right? That means 1,02,999 kg. You can round it off to tons, right? When you're rounding it off 2000, you can say 102.999 kg. This can be written as 1,03,000, right? So you can write approximately equal to 1,03,000 kg, which is 103 tons. We know that 1000 kg is equal to 1 ton. Okay, so we need almost 103 tons of air requirement. Okay, we have air requirement equal to 103 tons. Okay, but in industries, this is additional information. In industry, we don't supply just the theoretical requirement. We actually supply some excess oxygen or excess air to have this thing. So usually 50% extra or 2 times additional extra air is supplied. So that in that case, so this is only theoretical air requirement. So the actual air requirement will be 1.5 times this value or 2 times this value. For example, if I say 100% excess air is used for this system, in that case we are going to get 206 tons of air. Okay, so that such numericals we are going to do it in later stage. This is only application where we have to make use of this average molecular weight of air 28.84 kg per kg mole, which we have determined in this chapter. So throughout this course, or even in your CRE course, master answer course, other design courses, even in your final year BTech project, we are going to make use of this average molecular weight of air value. So we should thoroughly remember the value of average molecular weight of air 28.84 kg per kg mole. Okay, as I earlier said to you, you can even use 29 kg per kg mole. Okay, so in this problem the final answer is the air requirement is 103 tons. Okay, in this lecture we have seen what is the definition for average molecular weight, what is the formula, how to determine average molecular weight, and we have done some numericals on average molecular weight determination, right? How to determine average molecular weight in 2 ways. Okay, there are 2 ways. One is summation of xi/mi, where mole fraction multiplied by molecular weight of each component made a sum of it, right? Another way is finding the total mass and dividing the total mass by total kg moles. So that also one way of determining the average molecular weight. Okay, so the average molecular weight has to be determined whenever there is more than one component in a system. It can be a 2 component system, 3 component system, okay, or multi component system. So whatever is the mole fraction or mass fraction, first we should determine the mole fraction, then multiply the mole fraction with the average molecular weight of each component, and then make the product, right? Once we get the product, summation of the product gives us the average molecular weight. In the next lecture we are going to solve some more numericals on determination of average molecular weight, and one step further, for ideal gas mixtures we are going to determine the density of gas mixtures. We will be applying ideal gas law and we will determine the density of gas mixtures. Please solve all the problems on your own. Please cross verify the answers, and if you have any doubts, feel free to contact me and comment. Thank you for joining my classroom.